Welcome to the Monks Academy, an educational channel where we explore the realm of decentralized finance so you can take charge of your financial future. A project powered by the Omm Monks for the Omm Finance community.
Will educate and open the frontier for peer reps that have not looked at Omm Delegation to really look at it again. So, Stephen, over to you, and thank you very much for spending your time and research on this. Yep.
Today we will give an overview of all peer reps or validators, depending on which term you prefer, who are known to give secondary incentives to vote for them. Special focus will of course be given to the 7 teams who offer support for the Omm voting power delegation feature of the Omm Finance Protocol. We will be discussing the type of incentive and also its utilities. Apart from this video, a similar overview is given on the docs.omm.finance pages under the Vote for Icon PREP section. This resource, however, is still early stage and based on info which the PREPs teams themselves have provided via Google Form and some research the Omm team has done themselves. So expect this resource to be updated still. Today, however, we will also dig a little deeper than that, and we will also highlight the utility of the assets used as a voting incentive. So let's dig in, and in no particular order. Let's start with Gangsta Bet. Gangsta Bet is probably well known by most of the people in the Icon ecosystem as one of the very first successful NFT projects in the Icon ecosystem. The asset that they are using to incentivize their voters is Crown. We will talk a little bit later about the utilities, but it's the governance economy token for the metaverse that they have built, the Gangstaverse, the Gangsta City, Emerald City. So as from July 2022, the GangstaBet team has allocated 600,000 Crown tokens monthly to delegators, both the normal in the normal way for voting and also the OMM voting power delegation way. And they will continue to do so till December 2022. There will be a total supply of 250 million Crown tokens. And these tokens themselves within the GangstaVet ecosystem can be used to deposit in the bank. They have their own bank in their metaverse, which will give fees from the Emerald City ecosystem. 10% of all Crown and marketplace transactions will be deposited automatically into the bank. Crown can also be used to provide liquidity in the Crown B and USD pair unbalanced. And there's also a reward pool for that of 500,000 Crown. It will also be used to mint civilians, which is a new NFT that will be launching into the ecosystem, for which you need at least 2 gangsters and a golden key and some Crown to mint those civilians. Those Crown will also be used as rewards for those civilians doing journeys within the metaverse, and also used for the gangsters and the detectives for protection fees in the game. One of the main use cases that we have seen already for Crown is minting of the land certificate, which recently happened. These certificates will act as proof of ownership to get land during the city launch. So the city still has to launch, but already some land certificates have been minted for Emerald City. And I think the final one is also, you can also lock some Crown into Forex, which is also use case on their website, and this will grant you a Gangsta Bet NFT in the future Sapphire City, which will be the sister city of Emerald City, but this one will launch on Polygon network. So very exciting information there as well. And this is more or less covering everything that we can say regarding the Gangsta Bet team and their utility token Crown. So the next that we want to highlight is the Framed team. The team is mostly known from the Yeti Strong Club collection, and the token they are using as incentive is FRMD, Framed token. So Framed will allocate 10% of the total supply, and those 10% will represent 3.2 million, because the total supply will be 33 million FRMD tokens. And those will go to voters who stake their ICX with Framed, either directly again or via Omm. These incentives will be distributed weekly over a period of 2 years. After all the 33 million frames have been distributed, then it will turn into an inflationary model. So the circulating supply of that token, the frame token, will depend on the number of NFTs minted, and more precisely on the amount of ICX spent to mint these NFTs. So the framed token cannot just only be earned by voting, but also by minting NFTs and minting new NFTs. And also some, like the Yeti Strong Club, for example, they just by holding the LFT for the first year, they also daily get a portion allocated to them. There is also some indirectly some ICX going from the PREP rewards going back to voters, but this is not just limited to voters, because this will be going to all framed stakers. Of course, you are double dipping if you are both voting for them and staking that framed token that you get from them. Then you will be getting both framed tokens and ICX from the PREP rewards. So the next project that we want to highlight again is a new NFT project, which is Code Metal. This is a CPS sponsored project as well. The person running this is known in the community as Mineable. And the token that is used to incentivize the voting is the Code token. The Code Metal game has two tokens in their token economy. The Code token, which is generated solely by voting for the Code Metal node, and the Metal token. This is a reward and utility token generated by the hero NFTs of the game. So the Code token is a vital part of the Code Metal economy. Players will have to use Code to unlock additional in-game powers, abilities, utilities, and more. And Code will be 100% community owned. There is no pre-mine, so the distribution is solely done by given to voters. And is weighed depending on the amount of voting for the Code Metal node. The Code token has a total supply which is capped at 500 million. And as I said before, the only way to receive it is by staking ICX and voting for Code Metal. Again, both via the traditional way, but also they're also supporting the Omm Delegation function. Then those rewards are distributed every 24 hours by smart contracts for the next 5 years until the maximum cap of the tokens is reached. So in essence, this comes down to about 277 million Code tokens distributed daily, or 100 million every year for the next 5 years. This distribution has started on August 24th. And like I said, they will do it daily. In addition to just the code rewards, every address voting for code middle node will also be automatically earn an exclusive whitelist spot to mint the limited collection of hero NFTs. And the next project is a game NFT again. It's Inanis Invictus. And the assets used as incentive is the Void token and ICX itself for the PREP from the PREP rewards. So 50% of the PREP rewards is used to buy Void token, which is distributed pro rata to the delegators and the bonders. So here, there's a distinction between voting and bonders as well. 5% is distributed as ICX to both delegators and bonders, and 2.5% is distributed to qualifying NFT owners, and 20% is used to buy Void. As a delegator, sponsor, bonder, and also qualifying NFT holder, you also earn a share of Void ICX and BNUSD revenues as well, now and in the future. So the next project is Icon Asset Management. It's one of the older EREPs, and they both have an IAM token and ICX as rewards. Icon Asset Management is an asset management firm which is growing their assets under management steadily and responsibly, as they say themselves. In the past, the IAM token was given to their voters pro rata ownership of the assets under management via delegation of the IAM token. They run the node on the Icon network and sharing up to 50% of the node rewards with voters. Both the voters and IAM token holders had the opportunity to earn monthly dividends from the assets under management profits. Now the IAM token distribution stopped a while ago. The only way to get IAM at the moment is unbalanced, but there is very low liquidity because IAM was never intended to become a trading asset, but rather a holding asset for the early supporters of the node. So PREP rewards and whatever small amount of ICX goes into the assets under management. Also, they're also involved in the jungle jackpot, and such gets distributed to voters and holders as well. Voting for IAM currently, even though you do not get the IAM token anymore, still gives you ICX reward every day. A pro rata share of 40% currently of the net PREP rewards. So currently the ICX rewards goes 40% into the assets under management, 20% go to the IAM holders, and 40% go to the voters. Then the next PREP is FOMO. This one is quite straightforward. They share 100% of the ICX of their PREP rewards. 60% goes to voters and 40% go to the bonders, and also on a daily basis. So they're giving everything back to the community. I believe the only thing that is used to pay for the node itself is the rewards it gets from their own bond, which is more or less self-financed in essence. Then another rep who does it in a similar way is Plan P. In their case, 50% of the ICX rewards are shared with voters every Tuesday based on the votes from the previous week. And this already concludes all the teams, all the 7 teams that we now have discussed. Those are the teams that support both incentives via normal staking, but also via Omm Delegation. So there are still two teams left that I want to quickly highlight, but currently they are not supporting the Omm delegation feature. So maybe they will in the future. If you like those peer reps and you want their rewards, maybe you can reach out to them and inform them that you would like to also see them adding the Ohm staking delegation feature as well. That team is the first team is Metanix. They have their METX token. Metanix is a multi-network blockchain validator for proof of stake protocols. From what we can tell from their website, they're supporting Icon, Aeon, IOTEX, IOST. They also mention Ethereum, so probably maybe also for their plans for the what happened just recently, merging to the proof of stake network. The METX is the reward token, which is issued by Metanix in each of their partner network. The design of METX leverages the validators' rewards to underpin the value of those rewards token in each of their networks. METX has a maximum supply of 1 billion in each respective network, and each year 10% of the remaining supply is distributed. The economic design of METX ensures price stability and that the price will rise as the vote percentages of Metanix rises. METX is distributed to voters every day based on their vote percentage, and every year the daily distribution is decreased increasingly the scarcity of newly minted METX tokens. And finally, the METX token is underpinned by the Metanix treasury based on their network rewards. Once Metanix redeems the METX token, they are permanently removed from circulation. So then, last one that day is Unify protocol. I've reached out to their team to get a little bit more of information. However, they did not come back to me in time. From what we know is they started out on Icon Network as Sesame Seed, and they had the seed tokens back then. But they were acquired or they merged into Unify protocol, and the seed token was then replaced. There was a limited amount of time that you could swap them for the up token. But yeah, more of the up token and how the rewards work currently I cannot provide. So and then finally, it might be also worth noting, but this is currently on hold since the boosted Ohm is Icon DAO, one of our known P-reps who have created Optimus. They had launched an Optimus Ohm strategy, for which they also gave back the ICX staking rewards from that to the people who had put their Ohm in that strategy. But due to the switch to boosted Ohm and the several type of locking periods, that strategy no longer worked, and they had to stop that. So they might be investigating how to support boosted Ohm, and we might be seeing that back in the future. But for now, it's no longer available. So in short, this is everything that we wanted to discuss today. I hope this was useful for everyone and gave some more insight and clarity regarding all the different options. If you're looking for secondary benefits for voting, of course, this is one of the reasons that you might vote. There are also other reasons like wanting to support certain teams developing within the Icon ecosystem. But at least this, I hope you have some more insight now and can make an educated voting decision.
Yeah, I guess thank you very much for that, Stephen. Very comprehensive and also very succinct and concise as well. Thank you for that. I'm sure um, all community members will find this very, very useful. Uh, Yeah, and thank you for your time.
Feature.